All right. Classity class.
Yes, yes.
Let's take a look at some problems that involve fractions and that need models to help us solve them. Okay? This is a really exciting lesson because you can solve so many problems that seem complicated, but when you draw a model, they actually really are very simple if you know how to draw a model. So we're going to talk about modeling fractions. And these models are all going to involve drawing a rectangle first. So this is where we're going to start. Okay? Anytime you need to draw a model and you're not sure of where to start by drawing a rectangle. Because you can do all kinds of things with rectangles that help you to solve problems. Okay? Let's see how we'll use this rectangle. Joel made some muffins, and 2/3 of the muffins that he made were blueberry. The rest were corn muffins. If he made 5 dozen blueberry muffins, how many corn muffins did he make? Well, first of all, there's some numbers in here that we have to figure out. Okay? So, he made 5 dozen. How many is that? 60. Because 1 dozen, D-O-Z, equals 12. And so 12 times 5 equals 60, right? Yeah. Now, it says that 2/3 of the muffins were blueberry. 2/3 of the total, right? So, what could we, if this represents all of the muffins, how could we divide this so that it would show us thirds, 2/3? Bella? Yeah, we could cut this into thirds, right? What else does it tell us about these thirds? Come on, people, pay attention to this. This is exciting stuff. We're unlocking the code to this problem. Okay, Maya?
There's 2.
2 of them are what?
Eaten. Blueberry.
Come on, Andrew, don't guess. Think. 2/3 are blueberry. And this one, 1/3 is
Corn.
yeah, the rest were corn muffins.
I wrote 3/5.
The rest were corn muffins. Okay? Then it says that he made 5 dozen blueberry muffins. So how many blueberry muffins did he make? Danny? Wait, he made 5 dozen blueberry muffins. So he made 60 blueberry muffins. Right? And how many of them would go into each block if we were dividing them out into?
30.
Yeah. So, how many corn muffins did he make? 30. How many total muffins did he make?
90.
90.
I get this so wrong.
Okay. You see how simple it is when you draw it out? If we draw this out, cut it into thirds, label 2 of them blueberry, the other one's corn. There wasn't really anything complicated that we did. We just went back and looked at the numbers and what's being described and kind of drew it out and divided it out step by step. When you look at the whole problem all at once, it can be hard to figure out. But when you break it down step by step, drawing out and putting the numbers in, it makes it more simple. Okay? Let's try another one. Mary found 1/4 of the flowers in her garden are red. 2/5 of the remainder are yellow, and the rest are pink. There are 18 pink flowers. How many flowers are there in all? Now this one's a little more complicated. But when you are drawing a model, let's start with the model. Let's see if you can figure this one out. I drew 2 bars in this one because it says the remainder are yellow. That's going to help us with that part. Oh. Yeah. Mary found, write this down. Mary found 1/4 of the flowers in her garden are red. 2/5 of the remainder are yellow, and the rest are pink. So draw it out. Here. So, let this represent the total flowers. So the first bar represents the total flowers. And then draw a line right here to make 1/4, and here to make 2/4. And here to make 3/4. You don't have to be exact. This is a sketch. So each of these are a 1/4, right? So start with that. Now, what does it tell us about 1/4 of the flowers in her garden?
There's only one.
1/4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1/4 are red. Okay. So we're done with this part. 1/4 of the flowers in her garden are red. 2/5 of the remainder are yellow. So these are the remaining flowers. This is the remaining. I'll write remainder so it's the same word. Now this is in 4ths, but we could cut this into 5ths, right? So go ahead and draw that out. And this one cut into 5ths. So let's draw 4 lines. And again, it doesn't have to be exact. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two-fifths of the remainder are yellow. So if you labeled this box red, then we should label, oops, only 2. This box yellow.
Just a question. It's one or second question.
And then see if you can figure it out from there. So label the rest of it. What? It's helpful to do that because then it shows me how to use those words. Now, based on what you have drawn so far and what you've labeled, if you've drawn it out just like I showed you how to draw it, then you can start putting numbers in the boxes. Because it says there are 18 pink flowers. So now start putting numbers in the boxes if you can. Start writing down numbers in the boxes. So start writing numbers in the boxes if you can, based on this. It says the rest are what? Pink. How many total pink ones are there?
18.
So how could you fit this number into these three boxes equally? So there's three boxes. Now see if you can write the numbers in the boxes. And if 3/5 equal 18, then 2/5 equal... Ooh, keep going, put all the numbers in the boxes if you can. So far, you may have figured out that since there's three boxes, that this is what can go in each box. And since this is 3/5, these have to be equal. Which means that there are how many? Yes? How many total yellow and pink?
30?
30. And these 30 can fit into these three boxes equally, can't they? How many are in each of these boxes then? Not 30 in each of the boxes. Well, there's 30 total, right? The remainder is 30, so that means there are
10.
10 in each box. And that means there are also 10 red ones.
That's cool. I think.
So how many total flowers are there?
40.
40.
Now I'm gonna do.
Okay. Yeah, 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. Remember I said this equals the total number because 1/4 of the total are red. Okay? So here, this is a pretty complicated problem. But when you draw out the fractions, and how do we know how many boxes to draw? Fourths. So we drew 4 boxes. And fifths. So we drew 5 boxes. Okay? Let's do one more. Because this one's on your assignment. No, the one I'm going to give you is on your assignment.
Oh, that one's
It is, yes, this one. No. It's on this assignment. You're going to do this one. Okay? It says Mona, Ollie, and Siegfried each bought a pound of M&Ms. Now I drew 3 3 boxes this time. 3 different colors. Why? One of them represents Mona's M&Ms. One of them represents Ollie's M&Ms. And one of them represents Siegfried's M&Ms.
Yes.
Okay?
Mom.
Draw this out. Each bought a pound of M&Ms, so each one of these is a pound, right? Mona has 2/5 of hers. Ollie has 3/7 of his, and Siegfried 8. Mona ate 2/5. Ollie ate 3/7, and Siegfried ate 3/4. Who has the most left? So, Mona has 2/5.
Box, not broad.
So she ate that many. Ollie ate 3/7. So we should draw 6 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 3/7. So that's pretty close. And 3/4. These are in fourths. I need 3 of them. So, the question has to do with this amount, right? Not how much they ate, but it says who has the most left. And that's why a model like this, just taking the time to draw a quick sketch, dividing them out, and then since this is a sketch, we might want to actually compare these with the same form, right? Like we did yesterday?
Yeah.
2/5 and 3/7. It might be hard to tell from a sketch exactly which one is more, because they're pretty close. So then how can you compare 2/5 and 3/7? Andrew?
I'm just wondering when it says Mona has ate 2/5 of hers, do we write both of?
No, don't write both
Okay.
out. Good question. Now, how can we compare these numbers? Remember, they have to be in the same form. So we have to have the same size pieces.
You take 2 and 5, 2/5 times 7, and you take 7/30.
Okay, yep, let's convert them both to 35ths. That's a common multiple of both, isn't it? So, in order to get 5 to 35, you have to multiply it by 7. So multiply this by 7. And in order to get from 7 to 35, you'd have to multiply it by 5. So let's multiply this by 5. And this equals, oops, I'm sorry, 5.
Uh-oh.
Oh, come on.
It's
Work. Equals 15/35. So, what does this amount tell us now? Where do we put these numbers into our problem? Remember, this might not be just the answer. What does this tell us?
Well,
Jacob?
it tells you that if they both have the same bottom number, and the top number, whichever one's bigger, has more.
Has more left or has eaten more?
Has eaten more.
Aha, see, we are finding 2/5. What is this number? This is in here, is 14. And in here is 15. So Ollie ate more. That means Mona has more left. Yep. Those